Hello everyone, welcome to my educational platform. Glad you're here. It is a very special honor this week to be welcoming the Honorable Chris Penk. Mr. Penk is currently the New Zealand's Minister for Building and Construction, Land Information and Veterans. He's also the country's Associate Minister for Defence, Immigration and Agriculture. Over the years, he has held multiple parliamentary, select committee, service commission and dedicated national party roles. He has served as the Regulations Review Committee Chair for the interval 2020 to 2022, and he has been the Shadow Attorney General for the interval 2020 to 2023. He has a military background spanning close to a decade, having served in the Royal New Zealand and Australian Navy as Officer of the Watch and Battle Watch Captain respectively, most notably during the Operation Iraqi Freedom. His political involvement followed his commercial and property law capacity, which lasted for 7 years, and in 2017 he won selection as the National's Helensville candidate, replacing former Minister John Key. In 2023, Mr. Penk was elected for a third term during the national election of New Zealand, and he defeated his opponent from the Labour Party by a margin of 19,500 votes. This interview is going to dive into the greatest chapters of his journey, from entering the Navy at the very young age of 20 years old to then transitioning into commercial and property law, and finally how he managed to become a political leader in his country. The interview is going to primarily focus on the greatest challenges that he met throughout his career and his deployment strategy to mitigate said challenges, to ultimately offer advice and a guide map basically to the youth who is interested to enter politics. Thank you, Mr. Penk, for your approachability and for allocating your limited time to reflect upon your journey and educate the young generation of political leaders. I hope you enjoy the interview.
To be able to analyze the problem, to be able to pick out the key points in their favor, and to be able to sort of make that case in a compelling way. These, I think, are helpful skills for any politician. I think for anyone who's wondering, if they were to get involved in politics, what would be the right thing for them to do as a career at that moment, contemplating getting involved in politics later. I think there can be no one right answer, and if anything, there's no wrong path, but just to do a thing well.
It's a system that's fast, fair and effective, so that's what needs to happen in the court space, and that's what we're working very hard to do. Big grey ship, in my case HMNZS Te Kaha, and to be allowed to drive that as an officer of the watch, the captain's obviously in charge overall, but you're up on the bridge in the middle of the night, and at the age of it's quite common that a young person will take a more active interest in the affairs of their nation. So that was the case for me. But around the time that I decided to join the Navy, I naturally wasn't able to be involved actively in politics, even though I might have been tempted to.